I'm Zero. Part-time TO. Full-time shitposter. One time a year, I host Caliber at Versus Fighting. What else? Former competitive player. I don't really play the game anymore. So
That's not true at all. He plays every day.
That's not true.
This is true. You know this is true.
And then aside from that, I'm also a commentator for the game as well. And aside from that, I full-time gooner as well. I post a lot of shit on Twitter. And that's me.
That's nice.
Ooh, FBD. I think it's coming from your end.
It's going to be the internet. I'll just
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we can hear you now.
Yeah, Valhanya, if you wanted to introduce yourself as well.
Well,
I can hear him actually because of the noise.
is asking if you want to introduce yourself.
Oh yes, yes. I introduced myself. Yes, I'm sorry I didn't hear it. So yes, I'm Valhanya. I'm a French Shangua player on SoulCalibur. I started competition in 2019. Yes, 19. And I'm also a tournament organizer, TO, and a commentator in French and in English. What else? What else? I like idols. I like Love Live. I like fighting games. I like Victor Chevalier in Tekken because he has a beard and he has a glowing purple sword. So I like this, and he has a suit. So yes, he has everything basically. And yes, since I don't play Caliber anymore now, I play Tekken. I also play Street Fighter, but in terms of competition, I prefer Tekken. And I still commentate, but now I commentate Tekken, and that's all I think.
Nice. Is this static still there?
No, it's gone.
No, it's not.
Oh, thank you. I don't know what that was, but okay, that's great. That's great.
Mine happens.
No worries. So yeah, thanks for introducing you guys. So I guess my first question would be, obviously we would get down to, versus fighting and all the rest of it and your involvement in that. But for now, I guess we'll start with you, Zero. How did you get into the scene into the first place in terms of like the fighting game community?
No, fucking hell. How long do you have?
We've got time.
Alright, so I think if I was to start, I think I started all the way back when I was like a wee young lad back in Soul Blade. If people remember that far back.
Oh yeah. Everyone must have played Soul Blade. Classic.
Yeah, everyone remembers Soul Blade.
I still feel like that one's probably one of my most fun memories of fighting games, to be honest. Just the intro and then
the intro is fucking sick.
Everything else, and just the soundtracks, obviously the free soundtracks, the normal arranged supercon sessions,
yes, I'm so glad someone else knows about the supercon sessions.
Sick soundtrack. So definitely got fun memories of Soul Calibur, Soul Blade. Sorry, but carry on. Sorry.
So played all the way back in Soul Blade. It was all casual. I liked Siegfried at the time.
Yeah.
And then you're just casually playing through arcade mode, and then you get to the last boss. It's Inferno. It's you beat him, and then Siegfried, when he finally gets the sword, this fucking Soul Edge, and it clamps onto his arm, and then suddenly you see this horrific, and I mean it's a grim transformation into this fucking meat-looking knight, and he's screaming. It's fucking terrifying, and he's towering over fucking Osteinsberg. And then you just see him by God, this character is so fucking cool.
Yeah.
And I think I knew from then on. I think once SoulCalibur 1 came down, SoulCalibur 2, I knew this was gonna be the character I was gonna fucking play.
Yeah.
And then I cruised through SoulCalibur 1, SoulCalibur 2, all casually. 3, 4. I don't think it was until 5 that I started playing competitively.
Yeah.
And from then on, it's like this was at the time an online warrior, thinking, oh yeah, I'm the fucking hot shit. I play Nightmare online against players. I don't know if I can play the game.
Yeah.
And it was then that I met up with Holy Carp and Andy Roo. And
Jazz.
they introduced me to the scene. They introduced me to Rude Boy, who was also like Birmingham based. Um, and then from then on, I went over to London, played actual caliber with people that knew to play the game, got my fucking shit rocked, and just took it from there.
Yeah.
And then fucking shit happened. Caliber 6 came around, and here we are.
Yes. Fair enough. Fair enough. So yeah, but Vahanya, how did you like get into like the scene in the starting points then, as it were? And was Soul Calibur always the game that you liked from the start, or?
Yeah, actually, SoulCalibur was always my favorite fighting game franchise. I started with SoulCalibur 2 when I was a child,
Oh,
and but I was playing like casually until the six actually. But even when I bought the six, actually, I didn't plan to do competition. I just bought it because I like the franchise,
yeah,
and I was expecting this one because I didn't like SoulCalibur 5.
yeah.
So I was very hyped by SoulCalibur 6, and then I start streaming the game, and there was a French tournament. I think it was like maybe 4 or 5 months after the game released,
Mm.
and I have never done tournaments. So some friends were like, "Oh, why don't you go?" and all. So I said, "Yeah, why not? I mean, let's try." But I didn't know shit about the game actually. I just watched some YouTube video for the combo. Cayenne is one,
Yes, yes.
and I was watching a Japanese player, which is Aopai, and I was just actually doing what they were doing actually. So I didn't know about frame and all.
Oh, yeah.
So I attended to this tournament, and this is where I met the first person, the first people in the French community. My very first friend from there was Antelo. In English, it's Montilo, and in French, it's Antelo. And he's the one who introduced me to the French community and all after this tournament. And he was my very first friend in the community and the very first person to actually believe in me. And I mean, in the community, because my boyfriend believes in me since the beginning. And at this tournament, I actually made top two. Like I didn't know really anything, and I made top two, and I was very surprised. But I really liked the experience, especially that Antelo was the commentator, and it's also because of him that I started commentating.
Oh,
And
nice,
I
nice.
wanted to do like him actually because he was very hype and all. Like I felt special, like I was a pro player, but like the way he commentate, like it was very hype. We felt
Yeah,
very special.
yeah.
So from there, Antelo introduced me to the French community. So I met other French people, like Tadlos, who is in the chat right now, your cousin, and then I was introduced to the European community through events like Team Battle and all. And
Yeah.
from there, I learned the game, like the frame, because I didn't know about that.
So
like
is that
and
when that's
like
when you started to learn in terms of playing
yeah,
competitively
yeah,
and stuff?
yeah.
Yeah.
Because when we were at the tournament, Antelo asked me, "Oh, do you know your frame?" I was like, "What? what a frame?" He looked at me like, "What? You're winning, but you don't know frame?" I was like, "No, I'm just mimicking."
Frame data is a
So
social construct.
yeah. So from there I started to learn properly the game, like the
Yeah.
frame, the Ochimal combo and all,
Yeah.
and doing more tournaments. And I started to commentate as well, in French and then in English, thanks to Zero, Kusoge, and Mai. They taught me how to commentate in English.
Yes. Nice.
And then with the COVID, we didn't have offline events, so I started to organize online events. So
Mm.
we had team battle, we had the European online tournament, we had show matches and all. And this is how I became a TO actually.
Oh, nice, nice. So, yeah, I guess I've not even really asked how did you two meet essentially? Because I say from my
Oh my god.
from my understanding, I see you guys at versus fighting running like Soul Calibur. So, but what was your guys' first interaction, and how have you become this duo, as it were?
Alright, so this is throwing off. Okay, so back all the way in 2018 or 9, was it 19?
I think
It
it
was
was 19, yes. Yes, I was new in the community.
Yeah.
And I just met Sekirei. It was
Yeah.
at that time.
Okay, so back in 2019, UK and France had a team battle, right?
Yeah.
Where they had, I think on their team was, I'm trying to remember now, Ganon, right?
There were Ganon, Skyder, Gilu.
No. So no, on the French team was
Ganon. The French. Oh yes.
Yeah. So they had Ganon, they had Ailes. After that was Jason, Kayane. They had fucking skill. And then they had fucking Panto, right? So it's a 6-man versus 6-man. And then our team was like Valarax, me, Neon, Andy, Silas, and then Holy Carp. So we have this ragtag team of but only 3 people know how to fucking play the game, and that's like Andrew, Silas, and Holy Carp, right?
Yeah.
And on their team, they had this fucking all-star fucking team, but everyone's an accomplished fucking player, right? And so they go for their first match. I quickly go and take a piss. I'll come back and Valrax is already fucking lost. And these motherfuckers sent on Ganon first with a broken as well, right? They sent it as if I don't think, oh yeah, we just sent on Ganon, right? He'll just win for us. We don't have to do anything.
Yeah.
And then what happened then was that we were so fucking scared of Aswell. We were so scared of Ganon that nobody wanted to go on to play him. And so Andrew decided, oh yeah, I'll just go and you know I'll do what I can. And then poor Andy, I didn't mean to do it, but I walked in front of him and I fucking shoulder barged him to the fucking side. Like, no, I'll fucking do it. And somehow, like, I beat Ganon. Ailes was next, so I'm shitting it because Ailes is a very strong player, was doing bits with Tira, and Tira was a fucking shit character at the time. And so somehow I beat Ailes. And next on is Kayane. Was it Kayane? No, it was Jason first, and then it was Kayane. Yeah. So Jason come on, and Jason has been a member of the scene for about longer than I have, right? And he's also like a very strong player. He didn't get to play the game, so he just lost. He lost. Yeah. And then the one who I was worried about was Kayane, because Kayane plays like Shanghua, and Shanghua is a matchup I do not like. I have never liked this matchup. Yeah. And we went over like a couple of things in that match beforehand. And I'm here thinking, like, if she picks Shanghua, I lose. But if she picks 2B, she beats everyone else. Because 2B at the time was an incredibly, like, destructive character. There was, she had the most broken ring out in the game. She didn't play Calibur like the rest of the cast. And she was an absolute mix-up machine. Like, imagine Tekken 8, right? Yeah. Before Tekken 8. In a game that was not geared for Tekken 8.
Yeah.
So complete mix-up machine. Barely any weaknesses. Didn't really play Calibur for the time, but you know she played within. She's still balanced within the game. But the thing is that I know this matchup, and it was close. It was quite neck and neck, and she had one decision to win the game, and like I whiffed my move, and I knew what she was going to do after. And she went for the whiff punish. All the French, all the French behind were shouting, "Allez, allez, Kayane is von Zerim." And I look back, right? I was like, and all I heard was a fucking ding, right? And I knew that I just swatted away her attack with a defensive move, and I won that round, and then I proceeded to beat Kayane as well.
Okay.
And then afterwards comes skill. And skill is at the fucking top of his game. I think skill kind of bounced between top 1 and top 2 with Kiev.
Yeah.
And then I lost. And then like somehow, not even somehow. Skill beats like the other 3 of our players. Mm-hmm. And then we were banking on Silas to win. and Silas beats these two, and then suddenly somehow the fucking ragtag team of UK players wins against the all-star team of France,
Yes.
and we've never let them forget this. So no matter what happens, we beat France. This like nothing else is canon.
Yeah.
This is the true end. And so we had this little thing where, because I've beat the 4 players, they now work for me. They belong to me. And then Sekirei comes out and says, I will challenge you for their freedom, right? Because whatever.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, cool. We'll have a first to 10. I beat Seki, and then she now also works for me. And then Val decides, I'm going to fight for the freedom of all of these French players. Zero.
The thing is that when I say that, I didn't know that Zero actually. Like I have never heard of him, or not. Just Seki was like, yeah, he beat me, and all. Oh, okay, I'm going to beat his ass. But I didn't know like he was a very strong UK player and all. And I was just starting actually to learn the game. So I went, yeah, I'm going to beat him. Don't worry, I'm going to free everyone. And I lost. Yeah. So literally, our first interaction was a first to 10, literally. So
was this an offline? This was offline. Where was?
No,
this?
it was online.
It was online.
Oh, this was online. Oh, okay,
Yeah, we did the first to 10 online. And so I lost, and from there we actually start chatting and all, and there were an European event, a team battle, and I was one of the captain, because the captain were people who were streaming actually. So I was asked to be the captain, and the captain had an ace. That means like their strongest player, and I actually had Zero to be my ace. And then we start playing together like this. We start doing shit like Dark Love, something like that. People start calling me Dark Queen for some reason. So Dark Love became like I don't know how to call this in English, but
became like our name, like a stable name.
Yeah.
So like how in wrestling you've got the NWO, yeah. This is our stable name, the fucking Dark Love.
And actually from there we start chatting and all, and we become closer and closer, and now here we are. I asked him if he wanted to do an offline tournament. No, I didn't ask you. No, you told me to do this offline, the first VSF. I told you I wanted to do an offline tournament, and you told me do this at the VSF.
Yeah.
That was your actually first offline tournament that you.
Yeah, the VSF was my first offline tournament at the as a TO actually.
Oh wow! Okay.
Yeah.
So how did you find which what versus fighting was it? Because I know you've been at quite a few.
I think it was 3 years ago, so 2021.
Yes, it was after. It was after the lockdown actually, because because I remember there was the first Evo after the lockdown, and there weren't SoulCalibur in the main event actually, in the main line. And I remember how everyone were very upset about this, that SoulCalibur wouldn't be at Evo as the main event. So I wanted actually to do a kind of Evo for us, for the European player. And I talked to Zero about this, and this is when he told me, oh, we can try to do this at the VSF and all. I know Justin and all, so I actually prepared the project and all. I sent to Justin, and Justin was like, hell yeah, let's go. And yeah, this is how we did VSF actually.
Nice. So how did you find it as your first offline event? How did you find it in terms of the preparation and things like that, and then actually executing it as well?
To be fair, we were hard carried by Meltdown. We were absolutely hard carried by Kabisa, by Vic, by Mahesh. They did all of the heavy lifting for us, and we cannot be more thankful than we are now.
Yeah, for the first and the second event, they helped us a lot. And I learned a lot from them actually, because now if I can be a TO, an offline TO, because being a TO offline and online is different. And if today I'm able to be an offline TO, is actually because of them. So yeah, thank you to them. And I remember, yes, they did everything, and I remember how tired we were because we commentated actually
Yeah.
like 11
Well,
hours
11,
straight.
11 hours straight.
Wow.
Like
We
we were
commented
sat down.
actually the whole event.
Yeah,
Oh god.
The worst
from
mistake.
pools all the way to top eight, and it's like because I'm like a really hype TO. I shout out everything
Yeah.
that's going on, right. At the start, you can hear my voice like be quite clear, and it's legible. And then throughout the whole stream, you can just hear it go all the way down to it being so fucking raspy. I'm just like, I think I try to keep this part under wraps, but I think like I vomited like 3 times during that whole
Wow.
day. That's how much effort I put into it.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Dedication right there. It's definitely
Yeah.
dedication right there.
So from there, we decided that we are going to ask people to help us actually.
Yes, yes, please.
Yeah, and this year we had an amazing team of commentators, so it was very cool. I think we only commented the top 4 together, the top 3, I don't
Yeah,
remember.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
like we were handling because last year that was this year right. We were deciding to be a bit more independent.
Okay.
I mean, obviously with well, I say with a lot of help from Justin as well. So we were managing the pools and everything else, and the commentators by ourselves. So we didn't really have enough time to jump on for commentary. And to be fair, like because of that first event, my voice is taking quite a fucking beating. So I can't commentate for less than maybe an hour or two.
Yeah.
And because I knew that when you're TOing and you're calling out the players, you're gonna be shouting a lot. This is when I had the brilliant idea. I'm gonna get a fucking megaphone.
Yeah, the megaphone was the MVP of the
Yeah, I
tournament.
saw the
It was so
megaphone.
cool, and people like it actually. People like the megaphone actually. It was
Oh
so
yeah,
cool.
like it gives you that extra air of authority.
Yeah, yes, definitely. Nice, nice. So I guess just circling back to the first tournament, the versus fight that you did, I'd assume that was the first time you guys had commentated together as well then.
Actually,
Or
it
had you
wasn't.
commentated offline?
Yeah,
I mean, online
we
beforehand. Sorry.
the first time we met in real life and commentated was at Celtic Throwdown.
Yes.
Nice. Oh, shout out to Counter Fraud, and that was the
Yeah.
first time. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and honestly, like we were both fucking nervous, and we can't. And again, we can't thank Celtic Throwdown enough. Like they gave us our first like actual break. Like, well, not break. They gave us our first real chance to commentate offline.
Yes.
Mm.
Nice. I shout out to the guys that AJ and stuff that run. So
Absolutely, AJ is such a sound guy.
Yeah. So how was that for you both then? That was obviously you said there's a bit of nerves going into it.
Yeah, now we were nervous because this like when you're commentating like behind the screen and you're in like familiar settings, you're kind of in a protected bubble. But when you're in like this massive production space, right, and the production value, like you've got a whole studio across from the room, you've got an actual stage, you've got audience behind you, everyone can see you real time.
Yeah.
And I wasn't fucking used to that, and I says like I'm like really fucking nervous here, man.
Yeah, we were nervous, but actually, the more we were commentating, and the more we felt better actually and at ease.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I remember I was very nervous too. Like there was this big camera in front of me, in front of my face, with a big light. Someone who was talking to me in my headphone. I was like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, that was a new one for me as well.
Yeah, well, oh yeah, so we are going 3, 2, 1. I'm like, what the fuck are you saying?
Yeah, and
So,
you know,
very impressive.
yeah, and like in all fairness, like this was like our first introduction to Sam Ding as well. So it's like you have someone of what's the word of a high stature come around and say, don't worry guys, it's gonna be fine. Just be yourselves. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
And it's like that was enough. That was enough to be like, you know what? Yeah, everything's gonna be fine.
Yeah. Nice.
And everything was fine actually because
Yeah.
we had a lot of fun and everyone enjoyed it. So
Oh yeah, they did. We commentated for like 3 hours and we didn't realize it.
Yeah. I say like for me, I guess obviously in terms of like versus fighting, like the SoulCalibur area is always a very lively, like popular area, and you can always see like the passion like
Mhm.
of the players and everyone that's involved within the scene, I guess, as well. So it's really like a really good thing. But I guess just Val, obviously you mentioned that you started playing first and then you kind of transitioned to commentary as well. How did you find that transition, and was there like a learning curve in terms of having to learn more about the game to be able to accurately represent it while commentating?
I actually don't know. It was pretty natural, actually, because I didn't mean to commentate because I'm a very shy introvert girl, actually, and I'm not used that people are looking at me, listen to me, those kind of thing. I have never thought that I can be entertaining. So I didn't mean to commentate, and I think it was for a restream of an online tournament. I don't remember, and I think it was a Russian tournament. It was Phantasm. Phantasm asked me to restream it, but in French.
Yeah.
And I started commentating alone on my stream the tournament, and I had a lot of fun, actually. And I was, hey, why not try to commentate with someone and all. And like I said, at my first tournament, there was Antelo, who was a very, very good commentator.
Yeah.
And actually, when I started to commentate, I wanted to do like him, actually. So I was trying to, before finding my style, I was trying to do like him. It was not very conscientious, but well. And but actually it was pretty natural, because there were a time when I was doing both. Actually, I was playing, I was competing, and I was commentating as well. But it's more when there were less and less people in the game, and when I became less interested at playing the game, that I focus on the TO and the commentary.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That's, I guess, Zero yourself as well, like in terms of playing and commentary. Like, what is it that you
Yeah.
prefer? And how
Uh,
did you find the transition? Was it just natural because again you're playing the game and you're learning the game?
Not exactly.
You know?
At first, and this is not a story I do enjoy. I mean, I kind of enjoy telling it because it's a funny one. But I tried commentary years ago, back in 2015, 2016, back in Caliber 5.
Okay.
Because I thought, this could be cool. Anyone can do it. And when I tried my first hand at commentary,
Yeah.
it was a fucking disaster. It was an absolute fucking disaster. They stuck me next to Shad. Shad is a French player who barely knows any lick of English. I think his English is better now, but at the time they suggested, right, that I do the English commentary, and then simultaneously, for some reason, they'll have Shad do the French commentary at the same time. And so I thought, okay, so maybe I'll ask Shad for a bit of insight. And I says, like, Shad, what do you think of this matchup? Because that's always something that you ask your commentators. Like what's like, if you're ever gonna ask something, ask them what they think about the matchup. And he's like, yeah, I think this matchup is 5-5. as the most like blatant cop out answer, right? They'll just be like, this matchup is even. It's even. Like both players are really strong. They can go either way. And what happens afterwards is that I go, okay, I need to make this a slightly more entertaining because this commentary is kind of dead. And so like Sophitia has that one throw. Everyone knows what this throw is. It's where she bends you over, right? And she sticks her cooch in your face. Literally, I'm not joking. She has this throw, and it's one of the most infamous throws. Yeah. But in this game, in Caliber 5, they did away with Sophitia, and they threw in her daughter Pyrrha. And there's an evil version of her called Pyrrha Omega. And the evil characters are called Malfested. And so when Pyrrha did this move, I, for some inexplicable reason, decided to shout out, "Malfested vaginas!"
That was a disaster indeed.
And you can hear, I can hear like, oh no, why have I just fucking said this? And I gave up. I am not touching a mic. I'm not touching a mic.
Yeah.
Ever. For as long as I live, I will never do commentary ever again.
Yeah.
Until I think it was 2018, where Calibur 6 came round to versus fighting.
Yeah.
And I think I was still a player back then. And this was like the first time I met Alicia X Live. And I had a bit of a chat with her. Like I explained the story about how I used to commentate, used to commentate, and we had like a bit of a like a chat. And I think she encouraged me to start commentary again. But like at the time, I don't think I was ready. So I thought, if I'm going to go into commentary, I need to have like a bit of a plan.
Yeah.
And so they stuck me on for one of the tournaments. They put me with Eternal Dragon. And like everyone knows how great Eternal Dragon is as a commentator, because absolutely, because like not only is he so versatile in not only doing the color commentary, but he's also great at doing the play-by-play as well. Have I got that right?
Yes, that's good.
Oh, so color and play-by-play, right? So he can both call out what's going on and he can explain what's going on as well. So taking that into account, I thought because this is like no shade, but because I know the game much better than Eternal Dragon does, I can kind of explain into a bit more detail that what players are doing, and because I know the players a lot more as well.
Yeah.
So I can explain what's going on, what the players are doing, and why they're doing it, and then Eternal Dragon can just do like the play-by-play, call out what's going on, and then we just ask each other, sort of like Zero, what's going on here? Why is he doing this? And like Eternal Dragon, he's doing that, and so on. And then we just kind of and then we did like this thing where we just like shifted back and forth, where I do the play-by-play, and Eternal Dragon, like he still knows a fair bit about the game, and he can do the color commentary as well. And like that gave me kind of more of an insight on how, what commentary works and which commentary style I want to employ. Yeah, and then later on, I thought because nobody wants to hear like play-by-play or color commentary, like color commentary in like this monotone voice. I took inspiration from Valarax. Because Valarax, because like when he commentated, I think it was Dojo Night back in 2018 December.
Oh wow!
Yeah, all the way back then.
Definitely a way back.
That's way back, right? Yeah, and because and he was this really hype, really energetic and animated commentator, and everyone enjoyed it. Definitely. And I says that's the kind of the kind of commentary style that I want to like add in to how I commentate overall. And I think from there people just enjoyed it overall. And now that I have Val, we can because we both know the game and we can both do a play-by-play. We can always like shift back and forth.
Yeah, so it's very fluid kind of.
Very fluid, yeah.
Yeah.
And so yeah, the transition was a bit more rocky for me, and I had to like have like a bit of an action plan. But yeah, that was my transition.
Nice. So I guess obviously I say the versus fighting, and the couple of years back was the first one, and we've gone to this one. I guess how have you found it being at versus fighting in terms of like running the events, just the general, like, because I feel for me, because I don't really know like the SoulCalibur scene as much, so I'm not sure if there are many events still that have SoulCalibur there. So I feel like versus fighting is one of the few, I guess. So
yeah,
we only one right now. Actually,
I mean, in terms of majors, I think versus fighting is like the only one that's standing loud and proud.
In Europe, actually, because in US they still did they still do events. Sorry, but in Europe, I think we are the only one since maybe 2 or 3 years, something like that.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So it's definitely, again, that's why I feel like, again, that comes across with how the players appreciate it, how it's received generally, because obviously this year you had like a different room as well, and I remember when I popped in and everything was just going off, and it's always a good time and a good environment like to have you guys in. And again, thank you for obviously continuing to support the game and obviously run it at the event essentially. But so I guess really what's what keeps you guys? Where does the passion keep coming from then in terms of like running the game and wanting to do events for the game and commentating and everything that you guys do for like SoulCalibur? Where does that passion still come from? Like, given obviously the state of the game now in regards to, you know, it being how many years old is it now? I'm not.
I think it came out 2018.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's 5.
Yes.
Yeah,
So it's
five,
Yeah.
6 years.
5 or
so-
6 years, something like that.
Yeah.
So what keeps the passion for you guys in terms of still wanting to obviously support the game and run it? I guess I'll start with Val first, I guess.
It's clearly the community, actually. Because each year at the VSF we have more and more people. Some like this year we had like new people like Zib who came and really enjoyed it. And actually this VSF this year was supposed to be the last. And we saw people enjoy it so much that I mean, it's more like I decided actually because you just follow me.
It's not wrong.
And I saw people enjoy the tournament and being happy. And also, I talked to Zero about this, and I was like, oh, finally, I don't know if this year would be the last. Actually, it was like, oh my god. And there was Cyrus who were next to us, and he heard us talking about this, and he said, go back, do it again next year. Sorry, do it again next year and all. And so we talked to Cyrus and we're like, yes, there are people who didn't come this year would come next year and all. We enjoyed it. It's very cool and all. So yes, so we decided to, if everything is okay, to do another one next year. But yeah, it's clearly the community, because at each VSF there are more and more people, new people who come. Everyone is happy. Everyone enjoyed it. They enjoyed the prices because the prices they are made by the community, so they are unique. And we like to give this to present this to people. So yes, if there were the community who support us like this, I don't think that we would do more tournaments like this.
Yeah, no, this definitely, it's true. Definitely, as I say, I always come in. It seems like the community are super appreciative, and I think I can see from your guys' point of view, it's hard to, when you come off something that's so positive and everyone, it's hard to say, oh, we're just not going to do it again.
Yeah.
And so
we did. Sorry, I was going to say, like, we did have like a bit of a, we were going to put like a bit of a joke,
of course.
and because like we were going to say on when we got on stage, we were going to say, we have an announcement. This is the last VSF that we're going to do. Just kidding.
Oh, but yeah, it's definitely, and I guess that's the thing. One of the main reasons why I wanted to get you guys up here as well is, like, the main reason it's called Community Corner is because we want to highlight these stories that are in the community, because there's so many. From my point of view, again, I can only speak on versus fighting and stuff, which I'm involved in. Is there's so many parts and there's so many people that bring it together to make it what it is, but they may not get their chance to speak out and have the spotlight and you know, talk about their experiences. So again, it's definitely one of the main reasons why I reached out to get you guys on. So again, thank you for
thank you for having us again.
So but yeah, so I guess I can ask, I'll go first. Like, so what, being obviously you played other games, but SoulCalibur is the main games that, well, the main one that kind of brought you guys notoriety. What would you say is your, I'll start with you, Zero. What's the favorite SoulCalibur or Soul Blade, if you will? Which one and why?
People are going to crucify me for this, right? But SoulCalibur 5.
No.
The one that everyone collectively dislikes. Right?
Yeah.
SoulCalibur 5, the one that almost like killed the game, broke the community in half, right?
Wow, really?
Yeah. This is my favorite.
So what were the issues with it? Why it was so dividing within the community?
Oh, fucking hell. Where do we... Okay, so I'm gonna break it down to two main things. Like, it had a slew. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It had a slew of issues.
Yeah.
But the two main things that really broke it, well, the three main things that broke it for everyone was they took all the fan favorite characters, like everyone loved Safita, everyone knew Taki. Um, they like
Legacy characters. Legacy
legacy
characters.
characters. They love the legacy characters. So Caliber 5 sought to do away with all of that. So there was no Safita, there was no Taki.
No
No,
Shangwa.
there was no Shangwa, there was no Songmina, no Zasalam, or Talim, who was a fan favorite for a lot of the player base
Yeah.
and the fans in general. Right? They were all done away with. So they were either
Wow,
gone.
I didn't actually know that.
Yeah, they were all either gone or they were replaced. Like Keelik was a fucking mimic character. They turned Keelik into Edgemaster, and then they threw in Edgemaster. So and then they threw in what was, I think, like a very goated design, which was Elysium, which was Safita in more skimpy clothing than she had in SoulCalibur before,
Yeah.
and she was also a mimic character,
But for female character.
but for female characters. So they had this gimmick where where Elysium,
I didn't know they got rid of so many.
they got rid of a lot of
Wow,
characters.
Okay.
They threw in Shiba, who was meant to be Keelik's replacement, and he was just like some Sun Wukong fucking reject. And that was like the main thing for the casual player base.
Yes.
When they came to the competitive player base, the two things that really killed it for them was -20 step. Right, so step was unsafe as hell in a game that revolved around fluid stepping.
Yeah.
So this created a whole range of issues between characters that weren't allowed to move, or you could only move at particular spots. And then the one thing that cannot come back in any Caliber game, no matter what anyone says, was Just Guard. This mechanic single-handedly was the most broken mechanic in at least, no, not even at least, in every single Caliber game, and probably future Caliber games, period. So what this was, so like, if anybody recalls Third Strike,
Yeah.
the Third Strike parry, it was that.
Okay.
So I judging by the look on your face, you know how fucking destructive this was. So imagine Third Strike parry. Yeah, imagine Third Strike parry in a 3D fire.
Yeah, that's a interesting concept.
Yeah, and with the glitches that came with it. So like we have in Tekken, they call them tech catches. In our game, we call them tech or ukemi traps, where if you tech or if you ukemi, you can do there's a couple of setups where you can do an attack that hits an opponent during that ukemi, and during ukemi you are defenseless.
Yeah.
And what Just Cause sought to do is that there was a glitch that you could employ where you could tech and Just Cause at the same time, eliminating this entire mechanic, this entire fucking play style.
Yeah.
And and then just fucking guard impacts. Everyone knows what guard impacts are. Like it's the fucking parry, and you can either repel the opponent or you can deflect them. This cost meter. So slew of things.
Wow.
That
Definitely a lot. Definitely.
Yeah.
But why is it your favorite though?
because it's what got me into the scene.
Fair enough.
So it wasn't so much being able to play it. It's because of the sentimental value that it has.
Yeah. Makes sense. How about yourself? What would you say is your favorite entry into the Soul series, as it were?
I don't really know because the 6 is like the sentimental one because I got into the scene and started to play competitively with this one.
Yeah.
So yes, for the heart it will be the 6. But I think the one I enjoyed the most as a casual player at that time was SoulCalibur 2, actually, my very first one. And the SoulCalibur 3 as well, but I think the 2 is the one where I played the most and I enjoyed the most.
Which version did you play of 2? Because that was the one with Heart Chilling.
The GameCube one, because I had a GameCube. Yes, I had Link, yes, but I didn't like
course.
him.
Oh, why not?
Because I don't like Link.
Fair enough.
I mean, I like the Zelda games, but I don't like Link.
Oh, fair enough. Yeah, that was a pretty cool thing that they did them with the guest characters at the time.
Oh yeah.
Then was it 4 that had Star Wars characters?
Yoda, Darth Vader, and Starkiller.
Yes. How were they? Because I remember, obviously, I'm not really too clued up on
So
SoulCalibur too much, but wasn't Yoda like silly in the game? Because
Yoda was shit.
Oh, it wasn't actually good. Okay.
No, Yoda had legitimate Tenno matchups.
Oh wow.
So basically, with Yoda, because he's so small, his step is really slow, really slow. It's like if you imagine, what's her name from Killer Instinct? Hisako,
Yes.
right? So Hisako has a fucking terrible walk speed.
Yeah.
Yoda's was slower. So when they run, because every character can run in this game, when Yoda did like a double tap, he'd just fucking jump. And he couldn't do much else. So his movement was severely limited in a game that had already severely limited movement. Because SoulCalibur 4 was incredibly lethargic, incredibly slow to play. Vader wasn't much better, but he was viable as a character.
Yeah.
Starkiller was they couldn't decide if he was good or if he was broken. Because like when it comes to Starkiller, they like all the Star Wars characters had like had what they call force meter. Yoda's used it for parries. Darth Vader used his for like force push or force choke. Starkiller was a bit weird. Like Starkiller used his for projectiles, but that's not what they remember him for. Starkiller had a mechanic with his force meter where if you press the horizontal button and the vertical button at the same time, you could break both throws. Because like in this game, you've got A throws and you've got B throws, right?
Yeah.
Starkiller could break both.
Okay.
So he was for a time, as long as he had force meter, he was an unthrowable character.
Wow.
Yeah.
So interesting. I'm gonna have to do my research and go back. To be fair, I'm definitely gonna look on SoulCalibur 5 because that sounds a bit wild that they would get rid of so many
Very wild,
popular characters. But I'm gonna do my research on that. But I guess you guys obviously you've touched on briefly that you play Tekken and stuff as well. Briefly, do you outside of fighting games? Do you play any other games outside of fighting games? I'll start with Val. Like.
Yes, of course. I like gacha games.
Nice.
Like I play a lot of Genshin. I'm lost in the Genshin hell. I also play Wuthering Wave, but yeah, I play a lot of game. I like JRPG game or RPG game. Actually, I play a lot of the Elder Scroll Online, and that's all. I mean, as long as I like the game, actually, I play it.
Yeah, you play anything.
Really. So yeah, I play a lot of things.
Nice. How about yourself, Zero?
These days, you probably see me a lot in Master Duel.
What is Master Duel?
Yu-Gi-Oh!
Oh, fair. Yeah.
These days, you'll see me a lot in Yu-Gi-Oh! But when I'm not playing that, I like to dabble in Metroidvanias.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Are you playing any particular at the moment?
At the moment, there's what's it called? Fucking, I can't remember now. Like I started it like a while back, and then I just sort of left it.
Hollow Knight, maybe?
Not Tower Hunter.
Tower Hunter. Okay.
Actually, let me quickly check.
Yeah. Because
I've got.
I like Metroidvanias myself. To be fair.
Yeah.
Have you played? There's one Record of Lotus War.
I've heard of it. I haven't had a chance to get around to
pretty
it.
Good. That one's pretty good.
All right. So Tower Hunter Urza. That's what it's called.
Okay. Nice. Yeah.
Doubled in. I played a couple of the Shantae games.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I really enjoyed those ones.
They're pretty cool.
And then when I'm not playing like Metroidvanias, you'll probably see me playing like Devil May Cry.
Yeah.
I've been a massive fan of the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah, really. Really sick, really sick.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. No, fair enough, man. So I guess we're about to wrap it up soon enough. But
Mhm.
I think for you guys, like what obviously you've made like your impact on the scene in terms of like being involved and running tournaments and doing events and commentating and things like that. What would you say is your like your most favorite like memories? Like what would be like one memory of like whether it be like a tournament that you've been to
Mhm.
or an event of like your one of your favorite memories essentially since you've been in the FDC
Mhm.
as it were. Yeah, I
Favorite
can start with
memory.
Zero. Or
Um,
like a moment that is like, yeah, that definitely stands out as one of your top
I
moments.
would definitely say it was the France versus UK team tournament.
Tim, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. That moment will never not be my favorite.
Fair enough. Fair enough. How about yourself, Val?
I don't know actually. I think my favorite one would be at my very first tournament actually, because I didn't expect to be in the top two, and I had a lot of friends who were with me at this time and support me a lot, and uh, and this is when I started my journey actually in the fighting game community as a player and now as a TO and commentator. So yeah, I think I'm going to say my first tournament.
Nice. That's what got you started. That's got you on this journey, as it were. Nice. Nice. So I guess one last question that I guess I have is obviously you guys say you don't really play Soul Calibur. You know, what is there a particular reason for that? Given that you're so involved within like obviously the running and the organizing and
Mhm.
stuff like that, is it just the game? Is it just you've kind of moved on from that side of like the playing side of things, or how? What would you attribute that to?
In my case, I think real life just like took precedence. But with that said, I do pop up to places like Manchester, no, because NBA they do tournaments every
Yeah,
so often,
yeah. I've seen. I've
and
seen.
then
Shout out to NBA. Shout
yeah,
out to Manchester
and
NBA.
and then there's SMPF all the way in Bristol.
Yes.
So like I'll pop up here and there every now and then just so that just to try and get more players into the game.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, and it's like because these players are kind of like they are a bit lower level. Uh, I I will play like weaker characters, just so that it gives them something to think about.
Yeah.
So that it's like so that they can engage. They can actually engage with the game.
Yeah.
Because like if someone like for fucking like whose power levels are like fucking super perfect cell, and
Yeah.
they're up against like fucking Yamcha, and it's like
Yeah.
getting absolutely destroyed. Nobody's gonna want to play the game
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because
So you
because
kind
you've
of gives
got
them like a entry into the
yeah
game, like a
yeah
soft entry into the game, not just like a beat down and then they don't come
yeah
back after that. Like,
yeah.
yeah, which is obviously a good thing.
So like I'll pop up every now and then. And it's like it gives me an opportunity to play like different characters as well, just to kind of like refresh about how a character can be played, how a character
Yeah,
should be played, and it. I think it's working because we get more people that want to play
yeah.
Caliber. Uh,
Nice, nice. How about yourself,
yeah.
self? Like,
I think I actually got tired of the game, like a bit of burnout, because
okay,
I learned a lot. I mean, I learned a lot about fighting game in general with the caliber, like
yes,
the mechanic, like the frames and all.
yeah,
I played a lot. I studied the game a lot because I wanted to win actually, and I wanted to do things in the game.
yes,
So yes, I think I got a bit burned out, and also even when I didn't play the game and I was organizing events, online event and all, there was a moment that was like, yeah, I'm tired of it. I'm going to be burned out of it.
yeah,
So I play less and less the game, and now I don't play the game anymore. The last time I played, it was a versus fighting, but we just did some casual during the evening at the hotel.
yeah, yeah.
And so yeah, in terms of gameplay, I moved to Street Fighter and Tekken. So yes, I think I'm just tired of it, of the gameplay. I mean, not the game
Yeah,
itself.
yeah, not
Yeah, just
everything
to play
else.
the
Yeah,
game. Yeah,
yeah.
just
No,
to
everything is fine except the gameplay at the moment. So,
yeah, just playing the game.
yeah.
Yeah, probably study too much.
Yeah, That's fair enough. That's fair enough. No, that's fine. That's fine. So I guess obviously we've touched on it briefly earlier on in regards to what's happening for the future. You're obviously planning to run another SoulCalibur event at the next Versus Fighting, which obviously we're working behind the scenes to obviously get all that sorted. But so yeah, is there anything else? Any other events that potentially you may be at, or any events that you're planning to go to, or obviously I know, for example, next year there is Evo France in November, I think it is. So
Yeah.
and the potential there may be some SoulCalibur like appearance there maybe. So any other potential events that you're planning, whether it be you guys as players or as running tournaments and stuff going forward, or
I suppose in my case, if Manchester continues on, if SMBF continues on, then yeah, I'll be up there just to give him like a helping hand. Other than that, I can't really see myself attending any other events. Just like because as Val says, like we're both experiencing some burnout, and I myself experienced like some heavy burnout from August, July, because like at that point I was running back and forth between Coventry, Versus Fighting, Warsaw, Manchester, and Bristol. So I'm running all the way for like all over the country. Yeah. And then at that point I'd be like, I just need to fucking just relax and calm down and just like
it's always good to take time off sometimes and just kind of settle down, I guess.
So like until something really big happens or like Caliber gets announced elsewhere, I can't see myself anywhere other than like Versus Fighting.
Fair dues. Val?
I'll definitely be at Evo because it's in France and it's in my hometown actually.
Oh really? Oh nice.
Yes,
nice.
It is. Yes, it is in my hometown.
How did you feel when it actually got announced where it was going to be as well? Then
very surprised because I didn't expect to the Evo to be there. I was expecting like in France we were expecting Evo in France, but everyone was thinking like Paris because it's like it's logic. When I saw Nice, I was like, what the fuck? Why? Why would you come here? I mean, the city is beautiful. There is the sea and all, but honestly, I didn't expect that. I was very surprised. So yes, I'll be there, but I don't know what I will do there. If I will be competing, commentating, or having a booth, I don't know. I'm working behind the scene about that. But for now, I take a little break from esport, actually, from commentating and all, because I have to focus on my personal project. So I take a little break about that, but I still looking to people to that. And for now the next rendezvous is like at the VSF and Evo for now.
Nice. That's cool. So I think we can probably wrap it up for now. I just want to thank you guys for your time as always.
No, thank you for having us, man.
It's been a great conversation. I've learned a lot more. As I say, I'm gonna definitely do my research on SoulCalibur 5. I think I've actually got 6 on my I think I've got it on my Steam Deck actually, so I might check it. I'm gonna have to check it out and see a bit more about that game, to be honest, because I feel like even though I don't play as like many games now, really, it's one that it'll be like, so you never know, you might see me enter the tournament next year.
Oh hell yeah!
Who knows? But no, I guess before we go, you guys got any shout outs? Any people want to shout out to socials, any Twitch, YouTube links and things like that?
Maybe don't follow me on Twitter.
No, don't follow Zero on Twitter.
You'll never
don't
be able
do
to,
that.
You'll never be able to view it in public ever again.
Oh wow.
Yeah, don't do that. Block him if you can. Block him.
I suppose like if I was gonna shout like people out, I'd shout out like all the regulars that come to VSF. I'd shout out Justin, Meltdown. Actually, no, we haven't even shouted out Fuzzy, have we? Because like without Fuzzy, we wouldn't have been able to do like last year as well. Like Fuzzy from Coventry, like hard carried us. Like the same way that Meltdown hard carried us, Fuzzy hard carried us as well. Like he held it down for the stream. held it down for like all the technical side of things. And Val and I were just like on the megaphone shouting, "Hey, you fucking come here! You've got a fucking game to play." Yeah.
Have you got any shout outs, Val, before we head off?
Yeah, shout outs to the community. Thanks to you, actually, to the SoulCalibur community, that I'm able to do what I like. Actually, I'm able to organize events, to commentate, even if I don't do Caliber anymore except VSF. I had opportunities for commentary in France for other games like Street Fighter and Tekken. So it's thanks to the Caliber community who taught me a lot of things about the game, about the commentary, about organizing events and all. So I learned everything with the community. Actually, everything I do right now, even playing fighting games, because Tekken is different from Caliber. But if I can play Tekken today, and if I can compete to Tekken, it's thanks to everything I learned in SoulCalibur and people who taught me things, technical thing in Caliber. So yeah, shout out to the community. And
We didn't shout out Uda, did we?
sorry,
We didn't shout out Uda.
who?
Uda.
Uda. Oh yes, shout out to Uda actually. Yes, who make he makes our beautiful first prizes actually, the beautiful painting we have. So
Oh,
yeah,
the artwork
Uda.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, they're really cool. Some really cool.
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
trophies.
So yeah, everyone, the community, Connor for the VSF who carried the stream and all. He's very lovely. And of course to the VSF to
Yeah.
accept us each year, and they gave us amazing room each year. This year room was amazing. It was really amazing.
It's really nice. Yeah.
I liked it so much. So thank you VSF,
No,
and of
thank
course
you,
thank
guys.
you Zero. You follow me everywhere.
Yeah.
You
Well,
follow me everywhere.
it's not that I follow you. She drags me.
Eh, that's not true. That's not true. It's like I asked you before. Do you want to do this? You say yes.
Well,
I'm polite. I ask you.
as you're dragging me by my heels. like, ah, yes, Zero. Would you like to come this way? Would you like to come this way, Zero?
That's not true. He's lying. I ask him every time, and he say yes.
We got a quick comment from the Santa Tower. Says thank you to you two for finally proper. I finally got proper into SoulCalibur, so he thanks you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yeah, thanks,
I think a few more shout outs. I want to shout out to
of course.
Kusuke as well, because like not only does he run SMBF, but he does the second place prizes.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is like the miniature figures.
Yes.
Yeah. And then Mai, because like she's also like an artist, and she's the one who keeps supplying me with the third place art books.
Nice. Yeah, and again, that's one thing that I completely forgot to mention. You guys always have like the trophies with the sick artwork, and I know I've taken a few pictures of like the miniatures as well and stuff as well, and it just reminds me as well briefly, like, and obviously sometimes you guys have done obviously you do quite a lot with your tournament with like charity stuff as well. So I guess is there any charities that you want to shout out, and I guess the reason why you kind of do those things and obviously contribute towards the charities as well with the tournaments.
Yeah, so it's like we want to shout like if we were going to do those shout outs to Neon, and they're gonna kill me because I've forgotten the name of the charity. Hold on, it's on Combat Stress. There we go, Combat Stress.
Yeah, shout out to Combat Stress.
Yeah, so shout out to Combat Stress. You know, they're a charity that help like war veterans dealing with a PTSD. Returning from the war and all that kind of stuff, because like when like I say, I wouldn't know what it's like to go out and fight for your country and then come back and have all those effects like pile up on top of you constantly. So I can only imagine what something like that is like. So like we do what we do to help those out, and then because there's not like an actual cash prize. That's kind of why we decided that not only are the top three going to get like Like the prizes from versus fighting and the trophies and the medals, but top 3 also like they deserve a bit extra. And it's like we have the artworks and we handpick the frames that we use. Kusuke picks out whichever 2 characters to do miniatures of and hand paint.
Yeah.
And then with the art book, so it's like the whole community comes together and we give like that bit extra to the winners. And it gives like a bit more of a personalized touch.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, just a way to like give back to the community and give back to society as well in a sense.
No, it's nice. So
And the top 8 got stickers this year.
Oh yeah, they did.
Yeah, I made sticker for them.
Oh, you made the stickers yourself?
Yeah, I made it. Yes, actually this year I made a sticker for the top 8, and I made a mug with Elysium on it for the top 2.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
And again, it brings like a more personal community kind of touch to it as well, which is really great. Which is again why we appreciate you guys, and again, thank you for coming on today and doing everything that you do for Versus Fighting and everyone at Electronic Dojo, basically. But yeah, I guess for now we can we'll wrap it up for now. I don't want to keep you guys too long. It's a Friday evening. And
no, it's fine. I don't have much else to do. I'm probably gonna go to sleep after this.
No, fair enough. But yeah, for now, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Thank you everyone that's interacted with the stream chat. Thank you for Zero and Val for joining us for Community Corner episode.
Thank you for
9.
having us.
And thank you for taking those amazing photos as well.
No, no worries, and not a problem at all. I think before I go, I'm just going to do a few quick announcements. Not that one. We got Dojo Night tomorrow. Start.gg/Dojo Night. To sign up tomorrow at Birmingham Belong from 6 p.m. Street Fighter 6 tournament. We will also have casuals for Tekken and all the other major games. We've got the rival scenes in Leeds. Shout out to those guys. 2v2s and 3v3s team tournaments. Get yourself a group of friends and sign up. Start.gg/rival scenes 2024. And we also have Neutral 2. Shout out to the guys up in Scotland that are running that. We have it's on the 30th of November. Tekken, Street Fighter, Marvel 3, Guilty Gear, and Grand Blue. And then we also have shameless self-plug. I am also a children's author illustrator. I have children's books. I have plush toys, which are strategically placed right here.
That's so
based
adorable.
off the characters from my children's books. So you can find all that information on littlemilobooks.com. And yeah, but for now, that is it. Once again, guys, thank you so much. I appreciate your time. I appreciate everyone in the stream chat. And we'll be back with another Community Corner episode probably next week. But for now, thank you so much. He says the plushes are cute. I appreciate that. That's it. They're based on the characters of the book. LittleMiloBooks.com. We got 1, we got 2, we got 3, and the 4th one is somewhere. The 4th one is right here. They're available for pre-order now at LittleMiloBooks.com. But again, that's enough shameless plugging. I'm off for now. Again, thanks a lot, guys. Appreciate it. Gonna start the stream now. We'll be back. Hopefully, thank you so much. If you pick up one, that would be much appreciated. Perfect children's gifts. But for now, I'll be back, as I say, probably next week with episode number 10. I can't believe I've done 10 of these already. But for now,
these are great, honestly.
No, thanks a lot, guys. But see you later, guys. We'll be back soon. Thanks a lot. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.